to access Google Classrooms from your Real Smart Launchpad, you just need to click on the app here, which will automatically open up your Google Classrooms. Now, if this is the first time you've done this, it may ask you a couple of security questions. These are absolutely fine for you just to click through. It's just to double check that you have the correct child and the correct login details. So when you open up your Google Classrooms, this is an example of what your child will see. So they will see a folder here or a classroom here for the year group that they are in. So this child is in year 2, and it will also show their class. So it will have a Google Classroom for their class group as well. So if any of this information is missing, if your child just lets your class teacher know, because from here they won't be able to access anything. So to get into the actual Google Classroom, you click on, as you hover over the name of the classroom, it will show the hyperlink. So you're going to click on that and it will open up your classroom. Now, everybody's classroom looks like this. Obviously, it will say a different name if you're in a different class of Bumblebee. However, everybody's is set up exactly the same. So at the top, you can get back to Bumblebee class here. Then you've got the stream, which is the page that we're on at the moment. We've got classwork and we've got people. So we're going to focus on the stream to start with. So this is the first page that you will see when you open up your class. So on the left hand side here, it will tell you that you've got some up and coming work that is due in. So at the moment, Bumblebee class haven't got any work that's due soon, so this box is empty. However, when it comes to Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday next week, they will find that they've got some deadlines coming up and it will have the list of the work for the children to complete. Here we have got a stream which shows that you can comment and share something with your class, and then it will also show where I have or your teacher has posted something for you to do linked to your homework. So for example, here there is a new question to answer. Here there is a new assignment to answer for maths, and here there is some new spellings for Tiger Group to access. So we will click into each of those and have a look at them and how we complete our work and submit our work in a second. This box here will allow you to type in and share something with your class. So we can type in a message and we can send that and post it to our class. Now just be aware that anything that is typed in this box here can be seen by anybody in the class. So once you click post, it will come up to say your child's name has posted to say hello to everybody in the class. So that is the stream. Obviously, if you don't want to use the stream, that's absolutely fine. There are other ways in which you can communicate with me or send messages via your Google Classroom. So the next part we're going to look at is the classwork. So if you click on the classwork button right at the top here, it will take you to our classwork page. Now, this is where it will show you some tips and hints and tricks the first time you use it. So we've got some topic filters. So you can either click the X or you can click the got it. It may then come up with another little tip and trick for you, or it might just think like that's enough for today and that's fine. So all of our topics are listed down the side here on the left hand side. So you can see we've got a topic here that says a place where we live, which is our autumn term work, which is all expired because it was due on the 22nd of October. And then we've got the 23rd of October, which is our homework folder, which you can see is here at the top. And that isn't due until the 4th of November. So the children have got from the day it arrives in their Google Classroom to that date to complete their work. And you can see here, this child has got 3 different separate activities to complete as part of their homework. So let's have a look at the first one. The symbols change depending on the type of activity. So this is a question symbol and this is an assignment symbol. So this question says, what have you been doing during the school holidays? So when you click the bar, it just expands it to give you a little brief as to what I've asked for you to do. And your teacher will post a brief here, a set of instructions for you. You can also click a view question and this will open it up into a separate window. So the question is, what have you been doing during the school holidays? And then there is an explanation here as to what I would like you to type. Now, the class comments here, again, just like the stream, you can send a class comment to everybody, but everybody will read that. Whereas if it's just something that you would like me to read, then you can add it here where it says private comments, and that will just go straight to directly to your child's class teacher rather than the rest of the class. So when your child is asked a question, the question answer will be typed in here. So you can type all of the things that you've been doing during your holidays. So during the holidays, I have been painting, collecting leaves, and walking the dog. Okay, so the box will expand as your child types. So it doesn't matter which year group they're in, it will expand and get bigger as they type. So once your child has completed their question and feels like their answer is enough for them to turn in, they can return down, and as you can see, that box just gets bigger and bigger as you are typing into it. Once they're happy with their answer and they've completed that question, they can then click this button here that says turn in. Now that is to say that it's going to send to your teacher. So it says submit the answer. You won't be able to make any changes after you've submitted it, and then you can click turn in. And that will now say that you have turned in and sent your homework. So you have the option to see what everybody else has been typing and doing through the holidays, and it tells you you've turned in that piece of work. So when you go back to your Google Classroom now, where you have Bumble-Bee, it will tell you that you have completed that piece of work. So that what have you been doing during the school holidays? You've actually completed. So now we can click on the maths. Now you can see the difference in them. This one has turned to a light grey colour, and that's because you've submitted your piece of work. So once you've sent it to your teacher, it turns to a light grey. So let's have a look at the maths that's due for this class this week. So this is an assigned piece of work. So it says to be able to share numbers. So for this week's maths homework, it gives you an explanation as to what we are asking you to do, and then there is a document here. So you're going to click on the Google document and it will open it up into Google Docs for you to be able to answer. So again, it comes up with lots of hints and tips. You can just click I understand, or you can have a look at a little bit more information. So all it's asking you to do here is to answer these questions, okay? So you can use a piece of paper at home to answer them. And then you could ask an adult to take a photograph and upload it, and I'll show you how to do that. Or you can just type your answers once you've got the answer into the box. So you can see here for this one, for example, your teacher has given you a diagram of how you could work it out. So 12 shared by 4. So we've got our 4 boxes in which we're sharing it, and we've got our 12 counters, and we know that 12 shared by 4 is 3. So I'm going to type the answer into the box here, okay? And then I'm going to answer the next one. So 15 shared by 3, and I'm going to type the answer, and I just continue typing the answer until I've completed my whole box. Now this will automatically save. It says here the last edit was seconds ago, and it saves it automatically. So once you've completed your work, you can click the turn in button, which is here at the top, which will then submit it to me. So we'll click the turn in button and it will send it automatically to your teacher. Okay, so it says turn in. When you're ready to submit your files for this assignment, you can send it and submit it there. Now, if your child completes their piece of work on a piece of paper and you want to send a photograph, that's absolutely fine. You can click on the add or create button here and it will allow you to add a file. So in this instance, it would be a picture of your child's work, in which case you would add it as a file by clicking the upload button and then browsing your device or computer and adding the piece of work that links to the work that the children have done. So once that's uploaded, you can then again click the turn in button, and that will again ask you, do you want to send the document that's attached and the photo or the picture that you've just included, and then you can click turn in, and again that will send to your child's class teacher. So finally, that's 2 pieces of work now that we have been through. So we can have a look and we can view the work that you have completed. So for this child, they have completed, they've turned in their question, they've turned in their maths work, they've still got their spellings to complete. And then for this child, it showed that they've missed art, the deep dark wood, and the awesome piece of work that has been assigned to them but hasn't been submitted. So the final one we'll look at will be the tiger group spellings. So we're going to click on that again. So once we click on that, we can open up our Google Documents. It will open up the spellings for the group that you have been assigned to. And again, you can click and type and practice your spellings in here. So once you have completed all of the spellings for your 3 or 4 practices that you've been assigned, you can turn in your work again. Again, it automatically saved your work for you. So if you were to close this piece of work by clicking the X at the top, it would automatically save it there, and then you would be able to open it again because you can see there that it's saved it for you, and then you can turn in your work once it's complete. It will ask again, are you sure you want to turn in this work? And you will say turn in, and it will be sent to your child's class teacher. So I hope that everyone enjoys using their Google Classroom. If you've any questions at all with regards to anything that's been shared today, please either ask your child's class teacher or catch me at some point, and I'll be able to just try and help a little bit. But have fun and just give us a shout if there is anything that we can help with. Thanks everyone, and take care.